Taurus, welcome to your Celtic Cross reading. I hope you're well. I hope you're fabulous. We're going to go ahead and jump into today. We are using the Goddess Tarot deck. Lovely. What is going on, please, for my Taurus collective? Show me Taurus, please. What is going on for Taurus? What is going on for Taurus, please? Show me Taurus. What's going on? Take it resonates, leave it does not. Reverse energies as it applies. Cross watchers, same. What is going on for Taurus, please? Contemplation. Hermit energy. Card of Virgo. You might have some Virgo in your chart. It could be connecting to one. That's not the point. Contemplation, change. How to deal with change, healing aspects, experience, time. What is challenging this? Venus. Love energy. The lovers specifically. There's some healing to do, it looks like, with a connection. How you internalize the connection, how you deal with it, how you respond to it, how you look at it, how you feel for it. It is in the position, that's not what we want. We don't want a lover's union or a lover's bond or a soul bond of any type to be under a challenge position. But it is. So the good news is that whomever this is to you, your response to it is healing, time, contemplation. Okay, and that's a good response. The hovering influences the world. Some sort of cycle here. Closing, quite possibly. Absolutely. Relevant past. Eight of Pentacles. Work. Putting the work in. Putting the time in. Time, energy, effort. This could be in your literal monetary world. As in your physical coin. Literally your pentacles. And then also, again, the Tauran or earth energy being what it is. The pentacle is going to mean more than one thing. So that expands into our world of spendable concepts. Time, energy, effort. And I know that, of course, the Taurus I'm looking at, your Eight of Pentacles is going to be very relevant to you, both in your past, your current, and your future. So that's coming up for a reason. What is exiting? The fight, Nine of Wands, the exhaustion, doing the same thing over and over again, expecting different results. So the Nine of Wands, classically in tarot, is called the Wounded Warrior. Why? Well, bless them. They keep fighting that fight, but the results don't change. Okay. So they're in it. I'm putting energy into this, but every time I do, nothing changes. Okay? So that's on the exit. What's upcoming? Nine of Cups. Lovely. That's a nice turnaround. Going from a -9 to a +9 in your immediate future. Focusing on that which makes you happy. Your particular... Come on now. You stay over there. Focusing on your particular pleasure principles, what makes you happy. And this is the good time to do it, by the way, as we enter the holiday season. This is very normal for what people to do. And part of your pleasure systems is to connect with things like family, friends, indulgences. Hopefully not too much, but it's your call, right? The idea is that our energy is exhausted, and maybe we could do with a break and focusing on what makes us feel good, okay? Your strengths is... the Page of Cups. Interesting. I don't know what that means, to be honest with you. Everything else kind of has a certain flow to it, even though the dead center is a little difficult and what's above it. Okay, kind of tells me what's going on. But do you consider your strengths to be a Page of Cups? Keeping your feelings small, safe? I don't know. It depends on what that means to you. Your environment. Five of Pentacles, yes. It does feel like there is some sort of breakage here, like there is some sort of abandonment, quite possibly. It could be that you are separated from your own home at this time. Of course, Five of Pentacles, being what it is. And like I said, we are in the time of travel. But your environment, it feels like something's a little broken. Something's a little off. We're going to take a look, see what that is. Your hopes and fears. Three of Wands, to wait or not to wait. Is there something worth waiting for? Is there anything to anticipate? Looking out on the horizon, will those particular ships come in? I don't know, but we will look. The outcome being Queen of Cups. Beautiful. I like that. That's nice. So we've got some back and forth energy, some push and pull, some what looks like uncomfortable elements with some comfortable elements. It's kind of a mixed bag today, but it relatively does make sense, and it maps out in a certain direction that says, I'm looking at a Taurus who has equal parts stuff going on, stuff that they're working through. It's touching a little bit here, it's touching a little bit there, a little bit on the self, a little bit external from you. There is internal stuff going on as well as external, but your outcome is the Queen of Cups. That's lovely. That's a soft, relaxed heart space, okay, of someone who says, I can feel, and I would much rather you be here than here. So that's a lovely Excuse me, it is that time of year when once more my vocals are trying to cut out on me. This is very normal for me. Do not worry about it. Living in Central Texas, as I do, there's a couple of things we don't lack. One of them are cedar trees. The other are oak trees. We have both. A lot of them. So right now I am reacting to oak. And I do it every year. Don't worry about it. This is normal. I once lost my voice for 3 days. You kind of get used to it. No, bless you, honey, does not work, but thank you for recommending it. I wish it did. That would be a lovely, cheap solution, but no. It's a normal allergic reaction for me, okay? And hypersensitivity to pollen. That's all it is. All right, so what I didn't care for that Page of Cups, I'm not going to lie, and I'm sure you saw my reaction, that you consider this to be a strength. Is to either keep your heart space small, or you are trying to emotionally open up in the smallest of ways. And perhaps to you, that's kind of a big effort. It just depends. Regardless, though, I'm happy to see that you come out as the Queen of Cups in the end. So it could be that you are trying to open your heart back up in a way that's small at first, tentative, perhaps even shy. I don't know. But the idea is I'm glad to see that you are Queen of Cups ultimately in the end. Okay? All right, let's jump into it. Like I said, you might have some strong Virgo in your chart. We also have Gemini here. These are not absolutes. Please don't take it that way. They're simply reference points to your own chart, possibly someone that your connection with does not have to be. So let's start right there with the, Let's start right there with the Hermit. Contemplation, needing time. I need to think. I need to process. Having gone quiet, having disappeared for a minute. I often call it going to Virgoville. I call it going to Virgoville. Have you ever seen a Virgo just kind of check out? Like the lights are on, but no one's home? That's what it's like going to Virgoville. That is not disrespect to Virgo at all. I love Virgo energy. I really do. It's so peaceful and so gentle. I love Virgo energy. I really do. It is one of those things where it's like, oh, I'm there, but you can't actually reach me. I'm off in space. I'm healing myself. Right? Show me the Hermit, please. Show me the Hermit, please, for Taurus. Show me the Hermit. Dead center reading. So I know it's important. Show me the Hermit, please. Lots of splits. Lots of stuff going on in your processes right now. Show me the Hermit, please. King of Swords, 5 of Pentacles in your environment. The Devil. Okay. You got a lot going on in your mind, honey. Okay. You got a lot going on in your mind. We have all the Earth here now. Capricorn as well as Virgo. King of Swords, strong mind, determination, sharp. The 5 of Pentacles, the Devil. We're upset. We're upset, and but it's coming from a place or a space of I need to kind of work with this within myself. There is something here that we've abandoned or have been abandoned by. It's reflecting already in your energy twice. We don't like it. We're trying to show it no emotion. It doesn't hurt us. It doesn't bother us. Yes, it does. If something hurts you, you're going to feel hurt. Okay? If you feel that you have been left behind, it's going to provoke a hurt response. So I'm going to tell you this one right now, Taurus. You saying, well, it's no good. It's the devil. It was bad for me. I'm glad it's gone. That might make sense on the surface. That's not going to help you emotionally. So I am glad to see on your baseline today, the Hermit. The Hermit is going to contradict that King of Swords, who's kind of like trying to be cold, shut it down. It doesn't hurt me. I know on the surface it was bad anyway. Devil. King of Swords knows. The Queen of Swords know. You strongly suspect that whatever here was broken and or abandoned by, either you did it or someone did it to you. It's a bad job. Just look at it that way, Taurus. It's a bad job. The Hermit in you is trying to get you to see it from a different point of view. Okay, I know your mind is trying to show you rationally this. There you go. This is the way it is. The Hermit is asking you to take the journey further and explore it. Use that King of Swords from a different point of view or a different perspective. What were you meant to learn from it? Okay. I know these things are easier said than done. There's a reason why it happened. And the best way, honestly, to heal from something like this or recover from it is to learn about it as best you can. How you experienced it, how the other person experienced it. How does it make you feel? Where was this coming from? Perhaps you're right, perhaps it was a bad job. Perhaps it was some devil thing that you have parted ways from, or they parted ways from you. It doesn't look mutual because there's anger attached to it. But the Hermit in you would like to understand. And I hope that you take the necessary time to understand. I don't dispute it. I don't contest it at all. You're probably right. It probably was a bad attachment. So what can we learn about it? That's what the Hermit wants to know. Perhaps it wasn't. I don't know. And that explains why the Lovers is in the challenging position. I don't know who did the cutting, whether it was you or them. If you felt obligated to cut this or abandon it, you know, you had your reasons. But I want those reasons to come from a place of learning, healing, and understanding. And if it was done to you, the same. Okay. Show me the Lovers, please, in the challenge position. I would never want you to stay in or entertain anything that you ultimately understood was bad for you. Perhaps. And if it was done to you, perhaps that was their perspective as well. Perhaps they knew they were a poor influence on you. I don't know. Ultimately, you do. That's one of the... Okay, emphasis on the Queen of Cups. Acknowledged. Thank you. Acknowledged. Acknowledged. Emphasis on the Queen of Cups. You may not be able to see it now from this point of view. I wouldn't blame you. But your heart will get back into a working order. Continue on the path of the Hermit. Learn what you need to learn. Don't shut it down. You're going to be tempted. That King of Swords is so tempted to just shut this down and write it off as a one-way thing. The Hermit says life is much bigger than that, and I know it because I've experienced it. There was something to be learned in this. I can be a cold asshole and just shut this thing down and cut it out like it never hurt me or existed. But the Hermit says, Taurus, we know better. There's something in this. So you may not be able to see it now, honey, because that's some thick, heavy, painful energy. Trust the process. You'll be Queen of Cups again in due course. Show me the Lovers, please, in the challenge. Show me the Lovers, please, in the challenge position. This is where the stress and the fight has come from. Okay. Well, that was kind of like duh, right? All right. The Wheel of Fortune. The Hierophant. You, Emperor. I have some strong-willed energy here. That always makes me a little nervous when I see those two power players come together like that. Oh boy, oh boy. The two most stubborn, downright pig-headed people in tarot. Oh no, that always makes me nervous, Taurus. That always makes me nervous. Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. Oh yeah, so this is where Mr. Grumpy and Mr. Grumpy Pants meet. When they work together, it's phenomenal. There's nothing that between these two wills that can't be done. But when they're not integrated, they're not integrated. And then we have a battle of wills. So we have the Wheel of Fortune. This is all major arcana energy, by the way. On top of the challenge position with the Lovers, which is also major arcana. So 4 major placements in the challenge position. There were 2 faults here. Okay? This is why I do believe you are reasonably hurt and angry, trying to act like you shouldn't be. Okay, ultimately this thing had to be cut. We feel too strongly about it, or it was too wrong, or it was a bad job. Okay. How far that devil runs, I don't know. However, I'm sorry. I am sorry. And it would be easier, and I don't blame you, to write this person off as an asshole. I would too. Because that's what that King of Swords wants to do. The Hermit, of course, like I said, your ultimate healing card here, is asking you to see it differently. It's so much easier to write that person off as an asshole. That's why the break happened. Boom, done. They did it to me, they're an asshole. I did it because they're an asshole. Whatever. We knew there's something deeper at play here, and so there is. I'm seeing such upper level connectivity that yes, things were bound to change to some extent. They had to. In other words, this isn't your everyday thing. I see everyday bullshit all the time. This is not that. It is a strong bond. That's why it hurt, honey. Okay? That's why it hurt. I want you to see that because you're going to default heavily into lockdown mode to protect yourself. I have 2 very strong-willed people here. Very much so. The Emperor card of Aries, you, the Hierophant, the Wheel of Fortune. The reason why the Lovers, which is not just them, it's you too. By definition, the Lovers takes 2. And the Lovers will always be a choice. Strongly bonded as it is, and it is. Unique calling as it is, and it is. The Lovers will always be a choice. Because it's that much more difficult, you have to choose. There is a failure to choose. The Lovers was in the challenge position. The very question of its existence wasn't changing. Between 2 strong-willed, I dare say stubborn ass people. Important stubborn ass people. And that's why I'm telling you, honey, I know it's so tempting to write this whole thing off as bullshit. They hurt me, fuck them. I know. There's a good chance they thought that version of you too. Because you're both showing me duality. You both had lessons in this. And the inability to bend, to change. Not seeing things from the other person's point of view. That's why you're showing me so many majors. They are too. Eventually something had to change with the Wheel of Fortune because the Lovers cannot sustain as a challenge. It must be chosen or it must be moved on from. We had a failure here to really appreciate the strength of wills between the 2 of you. How strongly you both felt about something, how you both felt challenged. And what was, there was no change between very 2 responsible people who both had their points of view and perspectives. There was no change. The challenge that is the Lovers was not accepted. The choice was not made, and there was no change. That's why the whole fucking thing's in the challenge position. So I know, again, I know you're so tempted, honey, to kind of write this whole thing off as a bad job. Again, I don't blame you. This is a little bit more upper level than that. It looked inevitable. And when 2 people continuously choose to not choose. The Wheel of Fortune kind of stepped in. It's a rock in a hard place type energy, honey. Rock in a hard place, rock in a hard place. You both had strength of wills. You both have points of view. And like I said, when these two work together, oh my God, they can conquer worlds. Or they can completely destroy it. One reinforces the other's will. Okay, and they can work together seamlessly. Or they can both be like, my side, your side. My side, no, my side. My side, no, my side. But that doesn't mean anything's being chosen. That just means shit's being worked out between egos and non-cooperation. The world is hovering. It is above the unseen influence. Yeah, something had to move this thing forward. Okay, the Wheel of Fortune stepped in. Time, the same thing was happening over and over again. The lovers being in the challenge position over and over again. These two people could not, would not choose it. There was no flexibility. There was no change. No decisions were made. Show me the world, please. That's enough of that. That's your dead center energy alone is quite powerful. Okay. So if you do not connect with this at all, I can see why. This is some upper level shit. So take what resonates, leave what does not. Like I said, reverse energies as it applies. Crosswalkers. Let's be careful with our comments. The world, please. Seven of Pentacles, stagnation, burdens, labor. Ten of Wands, nothing changed. Even the communication was difficult between you and this person. That's it. It was a Taurus, honey. It was a matter of time. It was a matter of time. It was cyclic. Nothing changed. This whole thing, as in depth as, and honey, I could build this for another hour. That's how much energy is packed here in your dead center fucking reading. And let me tell you something. If you do tarot, there are a couple things you pay attention to. First card drop, and in this one in the Celtic Cross is dead center reading. Yours is both. I could unravel that shit for the next hour. And it would spiral outward. I have no doubt. And it would go. This is like a tarot reader's wet fucking drink. Excuse me. This is a tarot reader's ideal placement. Love that shit. But this is what it comes down to. This is the nuts and bolts. There was no change. The communication, even between you two, was difficult. It was laborious and it was non-productive. It topped the fuck out. Seven of Pentacles, stagnation. There was only so much growth, and anything beyond that we found to be too burdensome to change, to tweak, to add to take away. It was like, it's hard enough maintaining the Seven of Pentacles as it is, and it was en route, honey, with the fucking world. It was cyclic. It was hovering above this whole situation. That's literally what this placement is unseen influences, hovering energy. This had been going on for a long time. You had your particular rhythm with it, with the Seven of Pentacles. You understood the pattern of it, you could see it, and you found it to be strenuous to do more than you already had done with it. They had to have known that. Despite even the communication is here, the Ace of Wands, we still found the development, the literal development in the real world. Seven of Pentacles was too strenuous to develop it further, but we continued on with it as it was, connecting into a space of hardship and burden and strain. And I'm trying to develop something with you, but not too much. I'm trying to develop something with you, but it's topped out. I'm trying to develop something with you, but it's just so fucking hard to bring it into the real world. And it had been going on like that for some time. It was a matter of time before time. The Wheel of Fortune stepped in and said, okay, you two idiots, this has been going on for too long. You know, it's like, it might be a strong connection, but if you can't make good on it, then you can't make good on it. If you can't develop this thing without so much hardship, maybe you two need to step the hell apart. Eight of Pentacles is in that relevant past. Show me, please. I agree. Eight of Pentacles. Eight of Pentacles. Eight of Pentacles, please. Show me that Eight of Pentacles. Show me that Eight of Pentacles, please. Yeah, that's all it really comes down to, honey. That's the nuts and bolts. Time, energy, effort, time, energy, effort, too laborious. And it had been going on like this over and over again. Over and over again. It was a cycle that would never fully open, and nor would it fully close. It just kept going around like this on a circuit. Okay. On a feedback loop. Eight of Pentacles in your relevant past. Now, in terms of structure and development, you actually know how to do that. Yes, you know how to. Nine of Cups, Eight of Pentacles. Yes, the Two of Pentacles. So look. Spirit's telling me you've always been equipped. You have been equipped, Taurus. This is a kind of theme for you in your personal life. Eight of Pentacles twice for you with the Nine of Cups. It has always pleased you to build things in the real world that mattered to you. So the Spirit's telling me you had the relevant experience to do this, that it's not unknown to you, that you know how to focus your time, energy, and attention into what matters to you. Your Nine of Cups is here not once but twice, and I have every reason to believe you're going to go through another period where you're going to focus more on thyself and actually put the energy into things that make you happy and that you can. It's here for you. It might take a while, but your emphasis has been work, and it shows me that you know how to make yourself happy, okay, when you really put yourself into things that you believe in. So the thing is like, honey, think about it. Were you not able to develop this thing with this person because you didn't believe in it? Because here's the deal. I know you can. I know that when you want to expand something into your real world, incorporate it, make it your own, if it pleases you to do so, you will. You're showing me you have the tools for the job. And you literally know how to expand that which pleases you and makes you happy. So the question is, honey, did this really make you happy? Right? Because you're telling me I have no excuses. If I want to do something, I will. I know how to do it. I have the experience. Sometimes I'm not always clear why, but, you know, sometimes it might take me a while. Two of Pentacles. But eventually, Christina, eventually, if it makes me happy, I work on it. I put myself into it. I know how to do this. So why wasn't this same applied to this? Think about it. I'm looking at such two strong-willed, important people, and you both are. And we have an accusation here that nothing changed. And in fact, what we did develop with this person was kind of a pain in the ass. To bring it into, again, the real world, the major point of contention, the 3D energy. It was too hard to build it. So we patternized it with the Seven of Pentacles and accepted right about there, the finish line. When we know from experience, we can put so much more into something that we care about. So think about it, right? What happened there? So you weren't able, because I'm looking at a very competent Taurus. When you want to build something, you will. It begs the question. Did you want to build something with this person? Were you able to? Were you in the position to? Is that why things happened the way they did? There you go. Did you have it in you to build that? Did you even want to? Nine of Wands. That's what I'm talking about, no change. Because you're telling me, Christina, when I want to do something, I'll do it. I believe you. Who wouldn't? If you wanted to build something, you will, and you can, because you want to, because it pleases you. So perhaps then this did not suit. Perhaps you did not trust it. Because this, while you might have gotten used to it in this pattern with this person, it wasn't thriving. I know you know what thriving energy is. So ask yourself, why? Why did you accept this? Why did you accept the top out energy? Show me the Nine of Wands. Why was the fighting for? What was the fighting for? Doing the same thing over and over again. Expecting different results. How come we had an unwillingness to change? Right? You and your person. Show me that Nine of Wands, please, in the recent exiting energy. So I'm glad to see the exhaustion in you and the fight in you is easing out. That Ten of Cups, oh dear, the Ten of Swords. The Fool. Okay. So here we have something here that clearly ended. It's painful. It's some sort of emotional energy. How far that Ten of Cups relationship energy went, I could not say. But it's terribly difficult and it's painful. And it was exhausting. We couldn't emotionally harmonize with somebody. Okay? It's like my personal cups plus your personal cups means we know how to work with each other, not just in the pentacle world, but in the emotional one too. These are the cups I have to offer, and I'm going to match mine to yours. And we get along because we want to, right? I know how to work with you on an emotional level, and you know how to work with me on an emotional level. It's an intimate thing. We couldn't do that. We couldn't achieve that. We couldn't open up to it with the full energy. And it was exhausting. What energy we could put into it, there was resistance. We weren't able to speak our truth or act on it, but we kept doing it. We kept doing it. Okay. And it does take two. And I'm seeing a lot of equal energy here. I know there was someone in here with you that runs parallel to the energy. What you experienced, they did too, to some extent. They have to. The energy is so terribly parallel. Okay. We just couldn't open up to this. It was too exhausting to really fully open up towards this and blast ourselves. The ability to open up to it was there, otherwise the Fool wouldn't be here. But the struggle was real. We couldn't emotionally get our cups in order. Mine with yours, yours with mine, etc. That's why we couldn't take off on the Fool's journey with it. It was a constant struggle and fight to try to get emotionally balanced with somebody, to where you two could access each other's cups in a frequency that actually made sense. Just because you have a lover's bond, there's no guarantee that you two are going to sync up like this. In fact, that's the challenge, is to do this. So what happens when there's no proof that that's being met? It stays down here. Okay, some of this Nine of Cups, please. Let's speed it up. Some of that Nine of Cups, please. Not that speed matters. No, I just recently vowed no more 90-minute videos. I think that's reasonable, right? That's reasonable. I do need to be more conscientious of my time. I feel, well, I just need to be more aware of my time, you know? I think 50 to 60-minute messages is still more than enough for people to figure out what the hell's going on, you know. Show me that Nine of Cups, please. And I need to do a better job of honoring my own sense of time of work and pleasure. Absolutely. Okay. What's going on? What's going on? Show me that Nine of Cups, please. In the near future. Show me that, please. Show me that Nine of Cups, please, in the near future. Judgment. Three of Swords, honey. Okay. Things are going to hurt for a minute. Things are going to hurt for a little bit. Okay? It's not a challenge to you. It's not for you to defy the odds. You're in pain. This is not an opportunity for you to say, no, I'm not. I'm not in pain. Nothing. This does not hurt me. It's the opposite doors. You're in pain. You have been hurt. And when you recognize it for what it is, you can release the pain. I know that, and this is another reason they're showing me the relevant past, is that you have always known what your Nine of Cups were and how to work towards that particular happiness, be it in work, but mostly in the general life sense. Again, earth energy is versatile, all right? What you perceive as the pentacle is not just money. Your happiness might be in it, your love energy might be in it, your passionate energy might be in it. Thus, you literally work towards what makes you happy. You're going to, fairly soon, despite the exiting of this energy, and you don't have to fight anymore. With the release of that knowledge, knowing you don't have to fight for this connection, that it's cyclic, and you don't have to struggle to put into it that which you cannot, because it has been a struggle for you to put into it that which you feel you cannot. Okay? That fight's going to be over, and there will be a certain level of relief in that. Because it's kind of like, the truth of it is, Taurus, honey, the truth of it is, if you wanted it, you would work towards it. And that's the reflection. If you were able to put more of yourself into it, claim it because you want it, you would have. But you could not. The bull wants something, the bull go gets it. If you really wanted this, you would have put yourself in the position to put more into it, or you just simply cannot. So it begs the question, I can see to some extent by the actions you've taken, you weren't in a position to choose it, even though you tried to put something into it. And it runs contrary to everything that you know. When something pleases me, I work on it. I wasn't able to do that with this, but I tried to give it something. But the struggle was real. I was not able to emotionally harmonize with this person, thus I could not claim the energy. It was exhausting, and I don't know why the fuck I tried. They probably thought something similar. Because again, I have to emphasize the duality here of two people's energy that are both outstanding, that are both magnificent in their own right, both powerful and strong-willed. And when they work together, it's phenomenal. But their wills can also... You know what? You just stay over there. I'm going to be over here. You need to have things your way. Well, you know what? I got a corner too. Unfortunately, that's how it's looking like it turned out. It's a rough translation, but there you are. You're going to go or enter a period, 9 of Cups, relatively soon, where it feels like you're not terribly happy. It's going to feel like maybe I should have put more into it. It's okay. Because maybe it was a 9 of Cups for me, and I didn't show it the same level of attention I typically do, and maybe I should have done that. Things played out the way they played out, honey. It's okay. And I mean that. It's not a flippant way. Remember, it takes two. If you were only able to give so much, I'm sure that was an issue for them as well. Okay? And I don't want you to forget that. So part of you will be a relief that this is over. That you don't have to fight the fight anymore. It's no longer a sense of you having to be 9 of Wands. Fuck. Here I am trying to harmonize with this person again and trying to be open towards it. Fuck. I don't want you to have a connection like that. Powerful as it might be, as drawn to it as you may be, you can't claim it, then you can't claim it. Or they couldn't. But I don't ever want you to be in a position where you have any connection. I don't give a fuck who it's with. Mom, dad, bro, sis, auntie. I love her. Where your energy's like, fuck. I gotta put some work into that, but it exhausts me. I don't think you want that for yourself. That's not how we want our powerful connections to feel, right? We want our powerful connections to feel powerful, not obligatory. Or something that we gotta do. If we're gonna choose them, by God, we need to fucking choose them. we're gonna choose them, we need to fucking choose them, right? So if we can't choose them, we gotta not choose them, too. We can't do this half-assed middle thing. I'm not claiming you, I'm not saying you're doing half-assed. What I'm saying is that you didn't have the energy to put into this like you normally would. And there's going to come a period where it's going to hurt. Relief? Yes. But also hurt. 9 of Cups, feeling that you could have done more. Because it did, in some way, make you happy. It's okay. If it helps you, Judgment. It was an ending that was probably due. And it had probably been breaking your heart for a long time. Knowing that we could have something but can't. It hurts. I'm going to say that again. Knowing we can or could have something but can't hurts bad. All the more reason. Page of Cups, please. Which one? Really? If it helps you, I don't know where this is coming from. Action was taken because there was too much confusion. There was too much confusion. Action was taken because I was just told to pull the top 3 from this deck. This is the Klimt, by the way. Based on the works of the artist Gustav Klimt, which might mean something to you. The Knight of Swords, the Eight of Swords, the Sun. If it helps you, this person took action, or somebody here took action because even though there was a lot of mental confusion and emotional confusion, they really thought it was for the best with the Sun. So it might have seemed like blind action, but it was done with the Sun in mind. Happiness. Show me this Page of Cups, please. Under your strengths, show me. Show me that Page of Cups, please. Show me that Page of Cups. Sun. Strength. You might have some strong Leo in your chart. Could be connecting to one, of course. Have strength. The Sun will come out again. Okay. Show me that Page of Cups, please. Show me that Page of Cups. Show me that Page of Cups. Show me that Page of Cups, please, for Taurus' strengths. Show me. Yeah, that's fair. I don't want that for you, but I can't say I'm surprised either. Ten of Wands, the Emperor. You're trying to really play through the pain. You're still confused, and in the idea of Two of Pentacles, this hurts. I'm strained. I can't show that though. I'm still working shit out. Two of Pentacles, the Emperor. You're under some sort of particular labor coming up relatively soon. I don't quite know what that is. But in the interim of that work, it is kind of keeping your heart space small and safe and kind of shut away. It's in the face of work I have to do. So now it's coming in as laborious activity that is physical as opposed to emotional, which was back here. This is more like I got to do what I got to do. I'm busy right now. So it's looking like you're going to enter a phase of heightened activity relatively soon. I want you to be aware of that, please. Your energy is going to become very preoccupied very quickly. So it's looking like even your strengths, it's like it's a strength right now for me to actually kind of shut down my heart or reduce it to keep it small. Because you know what, Christina, I got shit to do. I'm responsible, as we pointed out, and I've got a lot of laborious activities. You know, and this doesn't feel good. It might have been inevitable, but it hurts my fucking heart. Yes. 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 So be careful with this energy, only because I don't want you to neglect yourself. It's looking like, and granted, work energy can often put us into a place of healing because it keeps us distracted. It's looking like you're about to go through a heightened sense of activity, and it's going to take a minute. But you're going to put on your game face and do what it is you need to do. Just be careful with that energy. I do want you to take some time out to explore your heart. And I know you're like, this is the best time, actually, to not feel those feelings. This needs to be here, honey. It was overdue. We got to catch up to the fact that this ending was overdue. This cycle had to stop. It was just causing pain for the both of you. I'm not saying it wasn't important. Oh, I can see. I can see the importance. I think if I didn't emphasize that enough, then I was failing at my job. I can tell you it's important. That's why it hurts so much. This wasn't peanuts from the peanut gallery, honey. The Five of Pentacles, please. Show me that Five of Pentacles. In the environment, show me that Five of Pentacles. But yes, you're about to go through what looks like a new working phase. It's going to leave you quite busy for a minute. So it's no wonder you consider the strength then to kind of reduce your heart space. It's like, I really don't have time for that. That's what you're telling me. I got other shit to do now. I believe you. I do. But I do want you to be careful, please, with your feelings. It's a good chance for you to work through stuff, not just kind of shove it down. But that's up to you. Show me this Five of Pentacles, please, in the environment. Show me that Five of Pentacles, please. In the environment, there's the reference of the break again. Your Hermit is trying to come out and trying to kind of navigate your mind away from that. Well, it's just asshole energy, Taurus. Get over it. It's a bad thing. It's a bad job. It's a bad person. Your Hermit wants you to come out and see things differently. Okay, so let's see if... Seven of Cups, Five of Swords, the Six of Cups. You're having some... You're struggling. You're struggling. You're really struggling. I'm rooting for you right now. You're having a really hard time believing that this was for the best. It was overdue. But you're having a hard time believing this was for the best. Five of Pentacles clarified by the Five of Swords. Seven of Cups, Six of Cups. It is the soul bond energy. You had memories with this person. You had love with them. And you wonder if you ever had real feeling for this situation, that you're trying to talk yourself out of your feelings for this. It's in your attempt to try to understand the pain by sort of mentally controlling it. Okay, that's why the Hermit's asking you to stop trying to see it as a flat, one-dimensional, this was just bad. Okay? You couldn't put energy into something that you wanted. You just couldn't, or wouldn't, I don't know. But things had to change, Taurus. They had to change. I know that you got comfortable with it. The Seven of Pentacles, it became patternized. You got used to the particular strain of it, and you even enjoyed it to some extent. But that doesn't mean the other person did. And if you were being honest with yourself, it was causing you pain the whole time. It was causing you pain the whole time because you couldn't, for whatever reason, honey, for 1,000 reasons, I don't know, Okay? But for 1,000 different reasons, you couldn't approach this connection like you do other things. You just couldn't or wouldn't. We couldn't emotionally harmonize. If you're being honest with yourself, aren't you tired that you... relieved, actually. Aren't you relieved that you don't have to put up the pretense anymore? Of I'm contributing to this. It means something to me. I'm contributing to this. See? It's not much, and my efforts are always strained, convoluted, and or topped out. But I'm putting something into it. Doesn't that count? No. Not if it causes you pain. Then you create a weird sort of pleasure complex system of pain and pleasure, you know? And it's so tempting to just take it to that space of, you know what, this was shit. This was crap. I'm glad it's over. I'm fucking glad it's over. They were a pain in my ass or whatever. They're an asshole. They're a bitch. Whatever. Fine. We learned nothing from that. So you need more healing. Your hermit is out. He wants you, or she wants you, to see it beyond that one-way street, which is so tempting. It's so tempting to just write shit off because we're pissed off, we're angry, but more to the point, you're hurt. You feel abandoned. You feel abandoned. But how much were you able to put into this? How much did you really want it? How much did you really want it? Because I'm looking at a Taurus that when they want something, if they love it, they go after it. The same logic did not apply to this. It was a matter of time, Taurus. The same fluid, natural energy that overtakes you in other areas of your life, that make you feel productive and safe and loved and secured, you could not give to this. Therefore, it could not give back to you. And it hurts because this was not your average connection. So maybe you thought something was better than nothing. But ultimately it was causing you more harm than good. By not fully embracing it or fully rejecting it, we can't hang out in this middle road of not fully embracing or fully rejecting. When we hang out here, try to, and it's rocky, and we can't put the best of ourselves into it, we're going to get back what we put into it. So I don't want you to do this. I don't want you to get into that Five of Swords space, man. Maybe I had no feelings for this situation at all. Maybe they didn't. Because it's a lie. You couldn't have been hurt unless you had feeling. Think about it. And the more you embrace that, and you learn it, and you learn from it, what happened, my side, their side, etc., the less it will hurt you. 3 Wands, hopes and fears. Let's go. Let's go. Come on. Emphasis on communication there. The 8. November 8th might have been important. 3 of Wands. Show me the 3 of Wands, please. Show me the 3 of Wands, please. Show me the 3 of Wands. Show me the 3 of Wands. Show me the 3 of Wands, please. Show me that 3 of Wands, please. Page of Cups, Strength, 7 of Wands. You hope to feel better, of course, and that's a reasonable hope. Absolutely. You're still showing me caution. 7 of Wands, a strength of conviction. Some of you hope for communication, others of you fear it. If it comes in, should you block it? What should you do with it? A part of you still hopes for some sort of communication, or should you extend one? Page of Cups, an apology. Some of you hope for an apology. Others of you wonder if you shouldn't send one out. Okay, that's up to you. I just want you to trust your heart space, no matter what, regardless. Okay. There's a lot of back and forth of, should I look forward to communication? If so, what does that look like? Should I block it? Should I try to receive it? Okay. With strength of heart, there is hope and fear for both. For communication and no communication. For an apology or no apology. I think it's reasonable. But I am happy to see that you are trying to allow your heart out more to figure these things out instead of clamping down on the energy. So if you want to know if there was love here, Taurus, honey. Of course there fucking was. On both sides. You two were bonded a long time ago. You can't show me the Lovers, Wheel of Fortune, the Hierophant, the Emperor, Six of Cups, and not tell me or be confused or try to talk yourself out of, was there ever love? Of course there fucking was. Intensely. Magnets can either attract or repel. You two are magnets that had, even as you were attracting each other, you were repelling each other. This was some upper level connectivity that could not be made good upon. And thus the tension was born. It had not to do with the question of love. Love can exist and still be painful simultaneously. That's what feelings are. So if you can love this person, if you can hate them, if you can think poorly of them, if you can hope for them, if you can wish them well, then you can forgive too. That's up to you. I do believe this was circumstances that you both played into, but was outside both of your controls. We had decisions that we could make to either enhance this thing and bring it home, or to downplay it and put it away. You two had a weird combination of both. I'm trying to take it, but I can't. That was only going to play out so long. That's enough. Queen of Cups is the outcome. I hope so. I want your heart to be in a good place. I want your heart to be in a better place. Show me that Queen of Cups, please. Show me that Queen of Cups. Show me that Queen of Cups, please. One more. Show me that Queen of Cups, please. Queen of Wands. Eight of Swords. The Magician. Okay. In time. I have two people here who are trying to manifest each other. Neither one of you sees it. Neither one of you sees it. One day. I don't like doing one day shit, so do be cautious with this. I'm very cautious with this kind of thing, extremely. If you're familiar with my work, you know that I don't like false hope. I call spade a spade. That's it. For reasons neither one of you can see. Not yet. Not now. When your heart space is better, time will have passed. I will do a time check, but I can tell you now it's irrelevant. I'll tell you why in a minute. when your heart is in a better space, when it gets out of this emperor and I need to cover up my energy and my feelings with work intensity, I don't, you know what, that whole situation was bullshit. I didn't have any fucking feelings for it, and I bet they didn't either. When you get past all that and you're in a space where your heart's better and it's more relaxed and you can feel your feelings again without suspicion, and you can honestly say, Taurus, I did love them in my own way, and they loved me probably in their own way, but we couldn't have it. When you get to that space where you two understood, or you understand that you two were more equal and you were more alike than not, because I told you with those oppositional forces, you were trying to attract and oppose at the same time. You two are very much alike. So when you experience something, so did they. So I don't give a shit who did what or said what. It was inevitable, be it they who did it or you. It was coming. So when we push all that, fast forward that motherfucker, you get the remote, you fast forward that bitch. Time has passed, and you can understand these things, and you're more comfortable with them, and you understood it was an equal distribution of bullshit and love on both sides, that it was inevitable. We could only give so much, and it wasn't just me, it wasn't just them, it was the both of us. That we are like magnets, and that we are important to each other's lives, and it wasn't a coincidence, and it wasn't for rhyme or lack of rhyme or reason. There was a purpose behind it. When you get to that phase, when you are back in the Queen of Cups and you can feel yourself again and the truth of it and your intuition, here's the Queen of Wands. Eight of Swords between you two, Magician. Neither one of you can see it. And you may not know either one of you is doing it, but I have two people here trying to summon each other without full knowledge, Eight of Swords. And that's when we get into a place of acceptance. Real heartfelt acceptance of the situation for what it was. And I'll tell you why. There will be an offer to speak at some point. Page of Pentacles to the Ten of Pentacles. It's something to do with solidity. I can't quite see it. Earth energy being what it is. Like if I was reading water, I wouldn't have a problem. That's what I'm saying. I wouldn't have a problem with the pentacle energy. Yours being what it is, there's a lot packed into that. So whatever that means to you in terms of the foundational energy, and it's not about work. It's, can we start over, Page of Pentacles, with the idea of something stronger. So I don't know, neither one of you seems to be aware that you're manifesting each other's energy back. I don't think you're quite done. I think this is a cycle that had to break, if I'm being honest with you. I believe it's a cycle that had to break. We had to disrupt the flow. There was too much stagnation, non-movement, frustration, and pain on both sides. This was a cycle that had to break so that we could both learn what the hell is going on. The Hermit's energy is underneath that. There will come a time when you are both healed and better people, and kind of offered to make a new foundation, whatever that is, between you two. And it comes under the premise of proper healing. I told you, fast forward that shit when all things make a little bit more sense between you two. This is a cycle that had to break. It could not contain as it was. It could not continue as it was. So again, I'm not trying to give anybody here false hope. This either applies to or it doesn't. I just know it's not happening tomorrow. So we can just cut that out right now. You two both have work to do, learning to do. I see your side. They have their own shit too. Because I promise you, whatever it is that you are needing to learn, feel, and or experience, they have their own version of it. I told you, you two are strongly soul bonded. It's not incidental and it's not coincidence. This is not the person we met at the bar last week, brah, sis. No. This has substance. This has time written on it. It has consequences attached to it. There are things here that were ongoing that needed to stop because it was just causing more harm than good. And just like in that movie, The Breakup, which was not mind-blowing, but I understood it from the spiritual point of view, Two people who well and truly do love each other and are a good fit, but at some point they couldn't make their two lives integrate the way that they were supposed to or meant to, so they had to break away. That should they come back again, they would both be better for it and more capable of being in each other's lives in a way that was healthy as opposed to not healthy. So, disclaimer, I would never, ever, ever encourage you at all to ever re-encounter, re-engage with anyone who was toxic, abusive, etc. I think I laid this out pretty well, okay? To indicate, yes, massive potential for growth here, but neither side could play into it to their maximum potential. We were doing this way too long. We were neither reaching too high nor too low. So there was no development, no change, and thus pain was still being expressed on both sides. We could not give our best, therefore we got bad results regardless. So I am not talking about anything that is abusive or toxic or etc. I'm talking about two people who have the opportunity of always been significant people in each other's lives for various reasons and over time. You're going to go through a healing phase and learning phase, the both of you. The future orientation as to whether or not that will actually happen, I could not say, but it ain't going to be tomorrow, baby. No, the hermit's slow as fuck, okay? He's a great guy, love him, but he takes a while. He is not known for being rushed, and it's two parts. It is two parts, and it's conditional upon healing and two people who can soften their energy, get out of that fucking Emperor and Hierophant energy, and slip into something that's more communicative. Okay, you are both manifesting each other, though you can't necessarily see it, but it comes through a phase of can we start here and maybe make something new that's stronger. We just got to start here. And then maybe we can build something that's got some fucking legs under it. You know what I'm saying? Cuz these aren't legs. These just fucking, I don't know what that is, but it's not solid legs. It's not a solid support system underneath this. And it's under the premise and or guise of healing. Let's do it. Let's do a time check. I think I've given you more than enough to work here today. The next round of readings, I believe, should be New Year's readings. I decided to go ahead and do those. And I will be putting those out over December. The New Year readings, which I'm very happy to do this year. I meant to do it last year, but... oh, there you go. Okay, show me. I can see that the core of this is happening now, and it has actually been leading up to this. Okay, that all signs point to that. Most of the critical energy happened over October and into November. And I'm not going to lie, your energy is going to feel a little rough about this person upwards to Capricorn season. These things take time. So it's easy for me to sit here and tell you, Taurus, please don't see this as a one-way street. It happened for a reason. It's not just about rejecting you or hurting you or being abandoned by. Those were things that you were already afraid of. You could feel that, couldn't you? Knowing that you couldn't give this what you typically give other things in your life. You could kind of feel that Five of Pentacles coming. It was inevitable. That's why it hurts so bad. They probably triggered in you a substantial fear that was already there. So, when we can only give a situation or a person so much, you can either continue to accept it or reject it. Somebody here rejected it. Magician. In time. Yes, okay, I'm sorry. Get back on the track. In time. Until then, hermit phase. Hermit phase. Hermit phase. If you have Virgo in your chart, use it. They're also showing me healing qualities. Same as you. Okay. So like I was saying, the time checks on this, not necessary. You'll be entering a busy phase relatively soon, and in your mind you're going to see that as being a good thing. It's going to give you distraction. Just please know it's that same energy of distraction that's going to actually tempt you into thinking this whole thing was crap and that you never had feelings or that they didn't. It's not true. I get it. But it's not just you. It's them too. You could be dealing with fellow Taurus. We also have Capricorn here. Heavy Virgo energy. I'm saying that more as you though. Taurus, Scorpio. It happened to you or you did it. I don't know. That is your power card technically. The only energy I'm getting off of this is that it was the right thing to do. Somebody felt it was the right thing to do. It was hurtful. It was shocking. But I saw that earlier. With this, I may not necessarily know what I'm doing. I just feel that it's right. And I want this to clear up the confusion. I just want there to be happiness. Okay. And somebody here's like this. It was the right thing to do with the Hierophant energy. Okay. The 5th, the 16th might be important. I was focusing on your work. It is looking like it's coming up relatively soon, your new cycle of busyness. Like I said, the 5th as well as the 16th might be important. That also enters into 21. November 21st, December 21st. These all might be I just saw a shadow to my right. Be careful. In December, please. Be careful in December. I don't know what that means, but be mindful. Okay? In your 3rd and 4th week of December, we will have entered Capricorn season, and that's when I'm going to see, or you rather might feel some really heightened sense of this energy that's negative. Okay? And I want you to be careful. That's all. Alright. Alright, King of Swords, 10 of Cups, and Knight of Cups. Where are we? Yeah, determined, emotional expression, happiness. Okay. What about that? I gotta wrap it up, man. I gotta wrap it up. What? Get to the point. What? In time. Okay? You will reconnect with this person. Someone's going to have that strong will of determination to open up more on the emotional level and or vulnerable level. Excuse me. I tend to stutter when I get upset or nervous. And this was a very intense reading, so I'm surprised I haven't gotten a lot worse. 3 of Cups, the 9 of Cups. There will be emotional connectivity that looks very beautiful in time. Can you show me when, please? There will be connectivity that looks healthy, expressive. Can I say when, please? After the time has passed. Can I say when, please? Four and 4. I'll be touched. I'll be touched. No, what? That's it. I'll be touched. I forget who I did this for a long time. It was 4.4. I'll be darned if I'm not saying it again. That's when the magician's activated. Don't shoot the messenger, honey. I have no control over this. 4 weeks, 4 months, 4 seasons, 4 years. I kid you not. I fucking kid you not. Don't shoot the messenger. You're going to be tempted to. But I actually see emotional abundance between you and this person in the time of reference of 4. So whatever that 4 means to you. It could be April, sure. But it's not right around the corner. I told you this was going to take time. It was going to take time when you two can manifest. But blindness. The circumstances are unforeseen. It's like, oh no, I'll never manifest that mother again. Well, you know what I meant. I'll never manifest that person again. It's unforeseen circumstances. Neither one of you knows. It's blindness. But it is after a reference point of someone's healing. I don't know why. Neither one of you sees it. It's circumstances you do not see. But I do know this. When someone comes forward, and I'm not saying it's your responsibility, I'm just saying that it's you. I'm not saying you're the one responsible for coming forward. Don't be offended by it. It's your energy. This is your energetic ID. I'm coming forward with the intention of start out here, and maybe we can make this shit stronger than it was. It's unforeseen circumstances, 8 of Swords. I don't know why it's unforeseen. But it's after healing. That's when the Magician's activated and we have emotional harmony. Again, be careful with this energy. I don't like giving false hope to people, but I'm also not going to sit here and fucking lie to you and not tell you the truth. Okay? I don't do that. It's not my gig. But it is a possibility. A strong one. Where there was not before, there could be. Strongly. And I get the reference again of fucking 4.4 for 4 years. 4 years. What is that? 4 years. God dang it. 4 years. 4 weeks. Possibly from when you met this person. I don't know. It doesn't seem right. Could be. Who have I seen that for before? 4.4. God, that would put us around that time, wouldn't it? Early start of year of 2026 for some of you. Sorry. But I've seen that before. I know I have. It's unforeseen. You don't know either. But it will play out in time as it plays out in time. When things have healed, you will manifest appropriately, I believe. But not a day before. It will take the time that it takes, so let's not rush it, and it doesn't look like there's going to be. You've got work to do, so do they. Okay? But I promise you, by the time this happens, your energy will be prepared. That's all I know. Early 2026. But again, the 4th might be important. It's not going to be 4 days. Let's take that off the table. 4 weeks, 4 months, 4 seasons, 4 years. April 4th. I don't know. But it's not tomorrow. I'm sorry, I can't narrow it down any further than that. I just can't. I just know that with all that emotional activity, it's the fullness, and in fact surpasses all that. That's enough. Okay, yeah. God dang it. Taurus. There you go. God dang it. Just for you. Alright. Just for you. Octopus, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces, deer energy, particularly Virgo, but also Capricorn, Taurus, yes. Let's see. Sagittarius, the archer, of course. Cancer, you might have some very strong Cancer and or Sag in your chart, and then also they might as well. Imaginative, and then optimist. Yes, optimism. I know it's hard to see that, it's hard to feel that, but use that imagination. Okay, it's not a one-way street. That's what I'm taking from that. G, I, F, Owl, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, of course, the hot air balloon, getting higher in the sky so you can see things, looking down from the realistic perspective of reality and the activity, the movements, and what was really happening. The lightning bolt, the tower moment, yes, I know. The stingray, of course. Scorpio energy, also Pisces, Cancer. Anything else, please? Oh, sorry. That's too close to the microphone. Oh, just one? A cat. The intuition. Very feminine. I have a couple different cats. This one's the feminine intuition. Okay, that's enough. I could have redone this one, but I didn't. It was important to see. I don't just believe that, I feel it. There's things in here I needed to see too. To remind us that things aren't always so flat and one-dimensional in presentation. It's very difficult sometimes to see the other side. Sometimes we can only see what's happening to us on our side. But I promise you, it's not really about you versus them. It's the cycle had to inevitably break. To get out of it, other things well and truly never would change, so it's looking like it's temporary change, but something needed to happen. It was still causing pain at the end of the day. If it's more harm than good, it can't be that good. It's not that it's not meant for either one of you. It's just not meant for either one of you right now. That's the best way I can describe it. So like always, take what resonates, leave what does not. And if you didn't resonate with this one, good. It's painful. It is painful. Taurus will check up on you in a couple of weeks for that New Year's reading. Those charms do like to get in the way. As always, you put it in the comments as you see fit. Do take care. Be well.